It's poor Oliver Twist. In London, it is raining again. The Women's Institute goes to visit. Technology tells us something new. In winter, it often snowed inside. A rusty bag is only £15, a treat to tell some grandchildren. Entrails are attacking the bookcase. You were warned on the way to the car. The payment to Armley was cigarettes. Millennium Dome badges are lost. Infamously, chocolate is bought for Dad. Lower the profile of the chocolate. They will come for you in the end, attacking by whispers and paranoia that might not be. Paranoia, yawn. A bump on the head did not help. Reminders of setting alarms off. The mirror played its part in the bathroom. Looking forward to communication, crouching on the kitchen floor behind the door and laughing in the audience and clapping from the year 2000. And this one's from 2072, The Last Battle. I'm divorcing you, yeah, tea was ready, I'm divorcing you, tea was ready, and I'm divorcing you, yeah, tea was ready, and we're divorcing tea, ready, yeah, and ready for divorcing, and the divorce of tea, and ready divorcing tea, don't you dare, yeah. And this one is called The Weight Loss Course. A comet explodes in the night. We are not all skinny minis, sweating of eyelids. The washer is quite cheap. It did for 20 years. Black clothes and Adidas emblems. I will sit in the front seat to light up the atmosphere. I heard someone say sewing. It was my mother sewing cushion covers. There was a massive revival. Flowers or hearts make do. I heard someone say, men hate cushions. I need to take control of the pool table. It doesn't matter about time. No one can tell the future. Ignore the staring eyes of bald heads and beer bellies. From 2012.
I think this is stuff from like notebooks and just a load of mess, really, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I think these are from like when I in maybe 2018, 2000. I think this is early on. This is like 2018, 2019, maybe even a bit before that. And again, there's going to be stuff from even earlier that I've just been, just thrown in there. But yeah, so oh god, there's just so much stuff. But yeah, I still need to choose some things. I still need to keep choosing things to go in this book. So I think the first thing, I think I'm definitely going to put this in. This is, so when I first started the press, I'd only had my book, which was Blue's Not Worth Bad Skin. I only had that one, designed it, had it, practiced the binding for it, kind of completed it. And then my sister came to me with a book she had written. She was 15 at the time. And she sort of, in her own time, she just glued kind of printer paper together. But she came to me and she'd written this sort of poetry, kind of prose chapbook. And she was like, Lucy, can you do this for me? And yeah, it ended up being Floating Lands and Cities of Certainty, but this is the original. This is the one she bought to me. She did the artwork for it, and yeah, it's really cute actually to see it. It looks very different, the one that we ended up doing, but the writing's all the same. But yeah, she was 15 at the time, so it was really nice working on her with that. That's definitely going to go into the book. This is for Pastico Squawk. This is a test for the broadside cover. So, I write about this experience in my actual book, so I'm not gonna, I write about it better in the book. If I just tell you now, it's gonna like diffuse the story. So I'm not gonna, I'll just end up ruining it with my spontaneous words. But I was going through a really bad time. It was in London. I was going through a really bad time, and I was walking through Hampstead Heath on my own, and this picture is of these like crows. There was like over 50 of them, like squawking on this tree. And then that was the poem Past Echo Squawk, and I wrote that poem from this experience. It was one of those experiences, like, you know, seeing a dead tree with crows in it in a wood of these very living, alive trees. It was very symbolic. I had a cry in the woods, and it was just one of those moments that you remember. And I took a picture of it. I actually filmed it as well. But yeah, it became the artwork for Past Echo Squawk, obviously, because it was the direct experience. But yeah, that is the, if you can see, there's like the crows on the tree. It was just an unusual sight, seeing a dead tree amongst the living rest of them. It was strange. So yeah, that will definitely go in. Oh, these are test prints from Amelia, who was the illustrator for 10 Red Mornings, and she made these beautiful prints. She does like printmaking, and she's really good. I found her on Instagram, I think, and I just really like the way she used colour, and I thought it worked sorry, can't speak. I thought it worked really well with Alex's poetry. So yeah, I just asked if she would do it. But you know what? These are really good, and we didn't use these two. We used these ones. We didn't use these two. But I feel like these would have made really good prints, and I'm thinking that maybe, let's see, I'm thinking maybe I'll make them into prints at some point. But these are going to go into the book, I think. It'd be nice to show Amelia's sort of experiments, I think, in that case. Her name was Amelia Wharf. Yeah, she's just a great illustrator. Oh, this was a cutting that my dad gave me. It was 2010, so I was doing, what was I doing in 2010? It was March 2010. Okay, so I was doing my art foundation. Yeah, I was doing my art foundation, and I think he would often do this. He'd often want to just give me things that inspired him as well. So I just kept it. It did inspire me, I think. I don't know in what ways. But that's what I'm kind of intrigued by doing this task of like going through all of my notebooks, because it's sort of interesting to see how, how do I explain? It's interesting to see how details that you don't think are important sort of have added to the tapestry of the press, and I don't know, the way it's become, you know, what it's become into. So in a way that this will show itself somewhere, I feel, because I remember this, like I kept it was important. There's also, these are so I like when I'm writing, I'll doodle. They're just doodles, they're not particularly great or anything, they're just doodles. But it's my doodles, I don't know, like they're obviously like focusing on symbolism, you know, like a doorway, I don't know. So I feel like I'll include things like this because they won't really have a chance to be anywhere else, if I'm being honest. They're not particularly amazing or anything, so yeah. It's probably best to put them in kind of the format of this kind of collage of stuff. So I'm not going to try and pronounce this, and I couldn't pronounce it at the time. We were me and my sister and my family, we were on holiday in Porto, and me and my sister, every time we'd go on holiday, we'd always try and find an art gallery to go to and spend the day at. It's just like a little thing we do, and yeah, so we found, I'd asked the receptionist of like a good art gallery to go to, and they said this, and I couldn't pronounce it. And literally the guy was laughing at me, the receptionist. He was laughing at me, just trying to pronounce this word. I'm not even going to try it right now. But it was really, really beautiful, beautiful art gallery. I recommend it. I'm going to put this in because it did inspire me, this exhibition. It was on photostructuralism, and I remember it. But the whole experience was inspiring, if I'm being honest. It was the building, it was an Art Deco building, it was like a baby pink cover. If you search it on the internet, like have a look. It's a beautiful building, and I don't know, I really like art galleries where you can go. I don't like crowds, okay? So I really hate crowds. I thought I had anxiety, but I realised, no, I'm just unhappy with crowds. Like, I just don't like them. And I don't enjoy them. There's no room to think. And especially in those environments, I think, I can deal with crowds in a space where a crowd is necessary. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but like, crowds are really good sometimes. Like, it's good to be in a crowd sometimes because there's a sense of there's a collective mentality, or I don't know. The crowd's important at times. But then there's sometimes when the crowd for me just isn't important, and I think that's in art galleries. I get really pissed off, and I wish I could go into an art gallery at, I don't know, in the middle of the night or something and look around. I don't know, or really early in the morning, like when there's no one there. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I can't focus, and don't know, just don't enjoy it. It makes me unhappy. So I like these art galleries where you can go, and then there's some sort of nature around it. So like, for instance, at this art gallery, it had all these gardens and fountains and nature. And then it had the intensity of the art gallery, but then it had that. And it was the same at our experience in like Rome was similar. Like the modern art gallery there, you could go and then go for a walk in the Borghese Gardens and take a break and then return. And I love the fact you could just sort of go in and out, and you could spend the whole day there and just experience the curation in a more of a laid back way, instead of powering through something. I don't know, I just get really irritable, and I like to be able to take it easy and stroll. So like, when there's nature, I can go off and have a break, and this was a really good experience. So I think these galleries are always going to leave an impact on me. And yeah, and I think that in a way, maybe that experience has gone into book design for me. Like, giving people space within the book to have a moment. But then also being really intense and then giving them, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's affected my writing maybe more than the book design. I'm going to keep things like these. These are just like really nice notes. Just people, like some people have sent me like books as a thank you when I've sent them a book, and it's just nice. I think I'll put in some of those from people. Oh, this was the this is the book design for Great Works, Oscar Mardell. Yeah, this is like, so this is, I didn't create the artwork for the Great Works. It was my printer aligning the ink and the paper. HP Inkjet designed Great Works front cover. I think I was like printing a sample of his book, and then obviously I changed the ink, and then my old printer used to do this. It used to kind of do this weird alignment process. But I obviously had printed that, and then I just thought, oh, that kind of works. Often that would be the case for a lot of books, just a spontaneous thing, Okay, this is the design for Al's book. So for Yes You Can, these were us deciding on the pictures to include. Yeah, these were, the process of deciding what pictures to include and where to include them. I like everything. I think I'm a bit kind of old-fashioned in the way I do book design. I really like to kind of cut and paste and make it more physical. I don't like everything just being on the computer. So I'd still do this now, this process of making a book. So yeah, everything's been printed on like white or green paper. And then I think we were just deciding where the photographs would go, and they would go into parts. But I'm going to keep stuff like this. I really like seeing the deconstruction, the construction, but also the deconstructed book. And the playful element of, this was always the funnest bit, like having all of the formatted, like having all the pages formatted, but then you see like going through it afterwards and kind of deciding where things will go. And yeah, these would have just been not scanned, so I would basically use the first book, Blues Not Worth Bad Skin, I think I directly scanned the way I'd cut it into the book. But by this point, I think I'd realised that I didn't need to do that. I could just create a sort of, I could sort of play around with the book design like this, and then just imitate it on InDesign, because I'd actually got software at that point. I didn't have any software, book design software to do the first few books, but by this point I had. So, but I still do this process. This is still something I'll do. I like it. I like being, especially if it's got artwork. Maybe I won't really do it if it's not got artwork. There's no point. But if it's got artwork, or it's got kind of some pieces that go into it, like if it was the pop-up book, or it's got elements of that in it, yeah, I will always do this kind of hard copy. And you know, and even the writer won't really see this. This is just for me. So yeah, that's quite cool. Maybe I will put that in. I think that's quite important, maybe, to show people. What's this? Oh, this is an email from him. I'm going to throw this away though, because I've actually got these emails archived. Oh, I think I just messed the camera up then. We're all good. So yeah, I just this is an email. I'm going to go that way. Oh, this was the front cover design. That was the design that we came up with. I've got two of them. I don't need to. Yeah, that's quite cool. I'm going to leave that. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to collage that though. It's a bit bulky as a, I don't know how I'm gonna photograph that. This is my mum's book. So my mum also came to me with a book that she'd published. My mum wrote poetry when she was younger. And then she wrote this again, and she came to me with all of this again, similar to my sister. She'd just gone on like Word document and sort of compiled all of her artwork and ideas and stuff that she liked. Photographs that she took, and you know, just kind of, it was a big kind of collage of ideas and the writing. So yeah, again, I'm gonna keep that and put that in. Yeah, she came to me, and it looks completely different, but I used that kind of artwork for the front cover, and we used a similar font and spacing for level lines. But yeah, I think I'm going to actually re-release this book at some point. And maybe I'm going to re-release some of the earlier books in general again. Oh, this is just doodles. So this was for Lepus, Barry Wilson's Lepus. Met Barry. He was a regular that came into the pub that I worked in. I worked in a pub called Corbières in Manchester, and I worked there for like over a decade, and on and off. So I think it was like he came in and we just got talking one day about poetry, and then he told me that he was doing his masters at Lancaster in poetry. And then he sent me some, and I connected with it. And I said, you know, I've published these books so far. I think I published about 8 or 9 at that point. And then he agreed to publish Lepus, which you can still buy a copy of online on the website, but and you can look at this, you can look at pictures of the book and stuff on there as well. Maybe I'll show you now, actually, the book. I've got a copy of it here. This was the book. And in the last video I showed you the exhibition for it, with the photographs being kicked around. But yeah, this was the 10th book. It was number 10. This was the 10th book that I published. Yeah, you can look at the blurb, and you can look at the some pictures online. I did the artwork for it, which I was really pleased with. It's the first time I'd ever kind of worked with another writer doing artwork for them. So this was a really good experience with working with Barry in that way. I really enjoy the paper that I used for the books. It kind of it changes colour. And I really like that, because the old mimeographs, they change colour. And I hate this idea that we have to make things, especially with art, this idea that art has to withstand, like, I don't know, like I enjoy, do you know when you see something like an old codex from like the Mayans or something, or you see an old book from say like the libraries of Timbuktu, or when you see like an historical book, the thing I enjoy most about it is probably the element of it decaying. So I really like that the paper changes, like kind of, it ages, just like humans do. I enjoy that. So yeah, this was a really great book to work on Barry with. I'm not going to put that in though, because it doesn't really make sense. Oh, this was a manuscript someone sent me. I'm going to get rid of this though, because I do have it saved on the computer, and I just don't feel like there's any point keeping it, to be honest. Same with that as well. This was Barry's manuscript. Not that he sent me, I wouldn't throw those away, that I printed off myself. But there's just no point keeping them, I feel. Yeah. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. There'll be loads of stuff like that where I just don't know what it is. Yeah, this is just artwork for Barry's book. We made some posters. I really like this image. It looks like a fetus. Like the kind of birth of, I don't know, it looks like a kind of a fetus. This was a poster for the launch and exhibition, so I think I will put a copy of that in. Maybe I'll put both in, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of that. Actually, maybe not. Oh, it's so hard, like, the thing with when you do something like this, you're gonna collect so much stuff. And it's hard, like, having the space for it. These are, again, leaflets for... There you go. I wrote, like, I don't know, like a poster for... I said, today this poster is meant to draw you in, but I'm not very good at that. After all, marketing is how the world spins. Building skyscrapers, more skyscrapers, please. Yeah, then I go off on a rant. But yeah, it's for Barry. It's for Barry's exhibition, and that was sort of the thing. I think I'll put those in somewhere. Kind of the idea, I think, is this is again, this is similar for like I did for Owls. This was the artwork. This was sort of the original photographs and the card. Yeah, I'll keep this. I'm probably not going to put this into the or should I? Do you know what? I think I'm going to put that in the book, actually. Kind of, maybe I'll make them quite small. Oh gosh, this is so early on, this stuff. Okay, right. This is the original Blues Not Worth Bad Skin. This was the, like, complete original. I typed this out, by the way, on a typewriter. That is not computer. Like, this was all typewriter. This is scanned, but like, the original, it will be in here. It was all done on a typewriter, which is why it's got a load of mistakes in it, and I haven't corrected them because I couldn't be bothered. And yeah, again, this is me sort of kind of piecing it together and seeing how to make it work. That was going to be the original front cover. It was this photograph of this headless woman, which I thought was quite good. So yeah, I might put that in. Oh, again, this is artwork for Lepus. This is just the artwork on its own. I don't think I'm going to put that in directly there, but again, look, this is more, yeah, this is for Blues Not Worth Bad Skin. So this, I think, was a process of me figuring out, like, how to book design. I'd never done it before, so I think for me it just made sense to sort of piece it together by hand. And yeah, this is like the original. God, it's very faded now. Using acetate as well to try and kind of do some overlays. Yeah. It's very, it looks really old, even though it's only like 7 years ago. Oh, this was a tester for my sister's second book, Ghost Workers. Yeah, that can go in. Put that in. Oh, this is Kent Taylor. This was just the on Death is in the House Tonight. This is the title. Yeah, I put Kent Taylor on the back, so I just painted that. I don't think I'll put that in. I think it's a bit unnecessary. Again, a doodle. I'll probably put these doodles in. I feel like I like them. Oh, this is for An Absolute Study. So this is another piecing together of An Absolute Study. Yeah, I'll keep that. I don't know, just little notes. This is what I mean, there's going to be a lot of these. Maybe not in this one, but in the other ones. Just a lot of notes. I think this will be nice to put into the collage in the book. Just kind of at sporadic moments. I don't know what this is. I think this is just some writing that I did. I think I'll leave that one. Oh, these are just doodles. I don't really know what to do with these doodles. Like just collages or something. Maybe I'll find a place for them. Well, again, another one. Yeah, you see, I did about 1 million. I think I did about 10 drafts of Please Not With Bad Skin. I just didn't know what I was doing at this point. I was really nervous. I think even where to put the ISBN, I was like, what do I do? Like, I didn't think, oh, look in a book. Like, I just did it my own way. But yeah. It's cool seeing this though. I really got paranoid about it. Like, I really, yeah, I felt very paranoid about designing a book in a way. I think I wanted it to feel proper, but I don't know, I wanted it to feel like mine still. Oh, that's just another doodle. I don't know if I'll put that one in, it's a bit weird. Oh, this is just, I don't know why there's cling film on it. That's really random. This is just artwork for ghost workers, which we never used. So I think I'll put that in. Oh, this is, I'm gonna look through, that is a story in itself. I think I'll save that for the next video. I think I'll finish this video today showing you this. It's really tiring talking through everything, if I'm being honest. I just feel like tired now. But I think I'll show you this. So this is a painting that I did for Blues Not With Bad Skin. Can you see that very well? So I did this painting. It's of this headless woman with her baby. And I'll show you what it ended up looking like as the front cover. I was really stuck of how to do this front cover. But I loved this front cover. And it was the first book I did, this one. So, again, I think I'm going to re-release it at some point. Yeah, it was my first book. And the whole process of learning how to book design and do everything, getting the confidence to go in a bookshop and ask if I can stop, everything came from that book. So it means a lot to me, that book. The reason the press started was because of that book, and the reason that I got to meet a lot of different people and have experiences with it all came from the motivation to do that book. So yeah, it holds a special place, I think. To me, it holds a special place. And this is, so I think I just like had a bit of spare linen or muslin or whatever you call it, and pinned it, I nailed it up to the wall in my mum and dad's dining room. And then I just like went for it, I just painted it because I just thought, why not? I wasn't happy with the front cover for ages. That book, Blues Not With Bad Skin, I think it stayed in a drawer for like 4 or 5 years. I think I sent it to people, no one was interested in it. So I got to the point where I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it myself. But I think when I did this painting, it completed the book. So I love this painting. I'd like to get it framed properly, I think, at some point. In fact, I might do that like soon, because it should really go up in a frame. Can you even see it? Maybe I'll just put a shot of it on the wall to show you.